Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses. 96. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. That's fielded in the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He dumps it off for Henry. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Now Newton on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
There he goes inside the 30. And all the way down to the 5. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
How about our reigning AFC Player of the Week, hot-footing it into the secondary on that run?
Yeah, nice long run. That's what got him the award a week ago. Maybe he's trying for 2 in a row here this week. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Stonewalled on 2nd down. Now let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal from the 2. Here's Henry. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Newton. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Julio Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point up and through. And that makes the score 7-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. He's had it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again to Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Derrick Henry. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns add on to their lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 14-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. This is Bell on the dump off. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Here's Roethlisberger. And his throw here is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now it's the backup Goff. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now it's Roethlisberger. Steps away. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's taken on the 25. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They go read option with Griffin. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. A first throw for the backup Griffin. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
On 3rd down, Griffin. Looking for Maclin, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
First down carry by Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
No gain on that run. And while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll buy some time running. It's complete to Fuller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Steps away to his left. And he'll find a man. That's Landry. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Bell. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Griffin. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, it's gone. He's going to go for a big play. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. First down carry for Henry. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Play action. Now Griffin. And Jones has it over the middle. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Griffin now off the bootleg. This will be caught inside the 10. But he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Slow. Ready. Flag 32.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Extra point safely through. And the lead is up to 18 now. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. managing risk. This is a big decision here.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dante Hightower in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. To throw on 2nd down is gone. Underneath, this is Bernard. Space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, gone. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A give to Bell. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Black 20.
On 1st down, gone. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
180.
The give is to Bell. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right. Come on out. DC.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. Rolling to his left. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games. And now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10 way up at the 37. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Powers ahead at the 4. Derrick Henry all alone. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Derrick Henry with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. No problem there on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, here's Goff. Trying to lay one up deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the lemon color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
Sometimes you jump into gaps trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Henry. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Derrick Henry, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far,
Le'Veon Bell, it's a foot race, past the 20, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and the Ravens get a bit closer. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach, because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Now Griffin on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Browns on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, Griffin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. This is Bell. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Flushed out right. That's complete. It's Bell. 20! A really nice gain of 25 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here we go, fellas, here we go.
To throw is gone. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Vic Beasley in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. The Ravens on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Out of the gun. Gone. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them. Where Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage, they've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. On 3rd down, Griffin. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the pursuit that time was absolutely top-notch. He was looking to try and turn upfield somewhere. Kept trying to find a place. Somewhere never showed up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The Ravens on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. A shotgun snap for Goff. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw that happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
as the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Off the play fake. Here's Griffin. Looking middle. It's caught by Gronkowski. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. They keep it with Henry on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Derrick Henry, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Alec Ogletree in on the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Browns on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Browns, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, add one more loss to the column. That drops them to a woeful 1-9 so far. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.